Hello everyone. The computer says we are live, so yay. you know, I'm still waiting for everything to catch up. Please let me know if you can actually hear me or give a sign or a emoticon or, say something like possum or something. And then I know that you guys are seeing me. In the meantime, I'm going to tape. We're going to do some daisies today. So I just want to tape it a little bit down and I picked up some washi tape, so funny. But anyway, not gonna fully tape it because I'm not gonna do a background or anything, but I just want it to be kind of sitting still and not randomly poking. And I really like this washi tape. Don't remember where I bought it, but it gets me into the mood for Halloween and stuff. I'm actually into the mood of starting to doing more autumn things. Okay. Marlena says hi. Everybody says hi. And Johan says, yeah, all well. Awesome. then let's get started this stream. And I'm just taping the paper down because it already starts to curl down a little bit, but it's okay. Okay, now we have an awesome paper. I have to hide it because my cat is going to randomly start chewing on it and hide it. So how's everybody? Long time no see. I'm going to erase my drawing lines if I actually can, and we're gonna say what's been going on. One awesome thing that has happened in my life and everything, it has been that my mom is here. You won't see her, she's quite shy, so you won't see her on the screen or anything. She's still watching my videos, but managed to get her from the airport, and I've decided to spend some nice and quality time with her. So probably that's why you haven't seen me last Sunday, because she came on Saturday and I just wanted to spend my time with her. And also, going to the airport and all in these conditions was quite nerve-wracking because you never know what happens. There was a lot of people, like the airport was pretty much packed. Okay. So a lot of people going or coming from holidays. So yeah. So yeah, tiredness and all, and I wanted her to get used to staying here. So yeah, that was kind of it. That's what happened. So I'm super happy so far with what we had and what happened. And now I guess it's time to start saying something about the piece. I tried to do some daisies, and okay, first of all, caveat, these are my type of daisies, right? So they look like they look normal, like daisies would. I just added a little bit more petals than normal daisies, maybe, but whatever. This is my variant. And I try to do them in all directions and lots of leaves and lots of different leaves because I want to color them a bit differently. I didn't add details on all the leaves. We'll see how that goes. Maybe I'll add the detail at the end. And I wanted to try something different today. I'm using my Daniel Smith / Schminke set, and this is my, let's say, I'm not gonna say my expensive set, but this is my set. And these are the colors that I use a lot. I keep changing it, but it seems to be pretty stable lately. So I actually wanted to try this gray and Payne's gray and gray titanium as well, like a little bit more of the grays, because if you look at it this way, daisies are normally pretty white. So you're painting with white, so that means you just need to give the idea that there's a color in there. So that's what I wanted to do. We'll see if I succeed. We'll try. It's a tryout, and then we'll do really fancy leaves with the greens and maybe some purples, and then the flowers will be very much like blues and dark grays and so on. So let's see. It's a little bit different because I tend to color a lot. So now I have to actually let the white go. I'm using a Kolinsky Da Vinci brush from Germany. It's a number 4. Has a really pointed tip. Okay, and it's a smaller size, so it helps me a little bit control stuff. I have also a number 5, but I feel that a number 5 is slightly bigger. I don't know. Let me compare. You see how big the difference is between a number 5 and a number 4? It's pretty big, I would say. I mean, it's almost double the size. I don't even know. So, you know, we're gonna use the tiny one, and then we're going to paint some stuff. So let's start. I want the centrals to be like really brilliant yellow brownish, and then the petals to be really gray and faded, and see if we get the look. So I'm going to try with this one. This is what we're gonna try the first time. And which type of gray should we do? We should do gray titanium and Payne's gray. Gray titanium looks like this. And I'm just painting a little bit, and then I'm going to smear it all around. I'm going to come with water later on, so this is my style. I just put the color down, and because I'm using 100% cotton paper, it's not going to dry out. It's not going to get absorbed really fast, and it allows me to add the color and then pull the color out, and then I'm even going to be able to add some hints of blue everywhere. So let's see if that's true. The point with this gray, I mean, I don't think there is a pigment that is gray. Like, it has to be done by adding white to more darker color, or by comparing colors. So, you know, grays are a lot of times more opaque than, let's say, pure black or something like that. Okay, so, and I'm gonna take some Payne's gray, and we're gonna add here and there, just to give this hint that there's a different color. So let's see. Dun, dun, dun. I'm almost feeling like I don't want to add too much color. Just want to leave the whites there. Okay. And I'm even going to try to add more of the blue here. And do like that. And we'll see once it dries, and then we do the center, we'll see if the contrast is enough, okay? Otherwise, we just need to redo it. And the fun part is when you're trying things like this, and this is something that I need to do more often. When we're trying this kind of thing, this kind of glazing techniques, it's okay if the colors don't match, or if we make a mistake, because you can always add more color on top. But if you would go with really dark color from the beginning, then it's a bit, yeah, wasted, let's say, because then you can't add more color on top. So you have to start really light, and you have to look like, hey, does it actually work? Okay. And I'm going to do this, and notice that this flower I did with a very warm gray. So gray titanium is really warm. Has almost a tint of yellow, which maybe I need to add to the painting as well. So I could have used the graphite gray or the Payne's gray. The Payne's gray and Payne's gray blue are more cooler grays. So it really depends what do you wanna choose for your colors. But I just want to know when I'm going to add the middle there, the yellow, I'm just curious to see how the contrast is going to be and if it actually needs extra. And I want all my other daisies to be, I mean, of course I'm gonna try to make them super pale, but I also want them to be other colors like pinks and stuff, just to have a interesting palette. I don't want them all to be the same. I think the second color is I have to deepen a little bit the blue. Right? Now I'm just pulling the color and trying to spread it around and trying to see where that goes. And then now you're seeing like the color is really faded. Like this is like the first layer. And I'm gonna make the center really pop out, and then we're gonna do the parts where the petals touch each other like much darker. So hopefully that will give it the 3D look, because right now it looks very faded and not really 3D-ish. Are we even allowed to say these words, 3D-ish? Huh? No, I don't know. I'm adding lots of water. I don't like hard edges in my painting, so even though I wanted to have the white of the paper, I'm just going to add lots of water and then blot out so that we don't get hard edges. Hate hard edges. I think they look really bad on any painting. So to not have hard edges, I'm just adding water and then we blot the water and the color. I'm adding other water to make sure that we don't overdo it. Okay, that seems to be okay. Now let's see. Let's do another one that is more pinkish, but really light pinkish. Okay, that's more bluish, and this is more pinkish. And yeah, that's how it's gonna go. I'm gonna experiment. You can see that the pink doesn't need, I mean, you don't need white to make the pink. So then this pink is actually opera rose, and it's pretty transparent, so it's not really that opaque. Okay. Okay, I'm adding that one, and then I'm going to add even more water. I'm gonna pull the color so we don't have hard edges, and then leave it at that. We're gonna come and deepen. We're gonna deepen the centers, right? This is what it's missing, is deepening on the centers, but these are just the first layers, so I'm not very scared. Okay. Gonna deepen the centers here. Okay. What else should we do? What other colors? Like a really light potter's pink. Let's see if we can get a really light potter's pink. Do you guys think we can get a light potter's pink? Potter's pink is more of a dusty rose kind of color. Curious for the result. I'm also curious. Like, this is me trying things out, so I don't know. we're gonna see. And these colors, this one's this is gonna be different color, and then we're gonna alternate some colors here and there. Yeah, this nice color. This is the dusty pink, so it's gonna be fine. What else happened? I've been biking a lot lately, which is nice. Although in the last 2 days I haven't been doing that much because, to be honest, it's been raining. It's been raining like crazy. I don't know. The weather here is, I mean, some countries have it really tough with really high temperatures, and in here It's like 17 degrees and almost freezing and raining all the time. You cannot actually go without a jacket, so that's the part where I don't like it, and I didn't really want to go yet with the bikes. I'm waiting to make sure that it doesn't rain anymore, and once I have that, and once I'm sure, and I'm watching the Bion radar, which is the radar for basically I'm blotting because I don't want color on all the tips, but just want to make sure I didn't have hard edges. Okay, cool. So then I'll go biking. I started to like biking. I even ran a few days ago, 2 days ago I ran. I don't run that much anymore since I injured my ankle and I had an ankle fracture. But a few days ago I ran again and it actually was okay. It wasn't really hurting or anything. So I was really happy about it. I'm going to do this one also pink, and we're gonna do, oh, I still need to add some more pink because actually it turns out that I did more petals than I thought they were. Did you guys notice that I added more petals than a normal daisy would? Right? So we need to fill all of them like this. Okay, that also works. So you pull it to one direction, then you come with the clean water and you pull it in the other direction, and that seems to work. Okay, yeah, pull it in one direction and then pull it on the other direction. That seems to be okay. One direction, and then we're gonna pull it back. Okay, I'm going to repeat some colors, and the colors that I'm choosing to repeat are the pink, the opera rose on this one, and this dusty pink on the other one, because the centers I really want to be making them like really super yellow. And then I'm going to deepen all the colors, and then we're gonna see. I'm also curious for the result, but I'm sure it'll be fine. And I have to make a confession. I have not painted anything since the last live stream, which was last Wednesday. I just didn't have the time or the energy to do so. And sometimes it happens that you just don't have that. And I think this is going to be one of those paintings that is going to be the start. Like if I continue tonight after the live stream, if I'm going to continue, I'll probably be doing much better afterwards. So I'm adding this dusty pink. I really like this dusty pink. It's so pretty. You know what it reminds me? The dusty pink. It reminds me of Tattered Rose from what's his name? Tim Holtz. Do you guys know the Tattered Rose? That's what the dusty pink reminds me of. Like if you ever used it. And yeah, maybe I should have used more of my markers. I have so many markers, like the Tim Holtz markers and the Z Color Clean, and I think I need to just use them a little bit more. So yeah. Okay, let's go next. Next is the next layer. Okay. And the next layer is gonna be much more interesting. I'm adding to the petals that are sitting behind the other petal, and then I'm going to spread this around and trying really hard not to have hard edges, but I wanna have it look like a shadow, so more like this. And then that one in the middle, I'm gonna have some of the gray peeking out. I'm gonna see how we do that. Okay, I'm trying really hard with these colors. What I noticed also is the paints gray always creates a harsh edge. So somehow, yeah, it's really a harsh edge a lot of times. And I'm going to do here also one. Right, this one always has gray. I'm trying to do it like, I'm not even sure where the I'm just wondering right now, where is the light coming from this painting? Just have no idea. From everywhere. Okay, looks like from slightly below or slightly to the side, maybe. You know, this one is much more blue and this one is much more darker. Yeah, and this one is like this. Let's see. Okay, I'm just hoping that the contrast is gonna be really cool with that one. Let's deepen the other ones. The Opera Rose. Let's deepen it a bit. So here. Okay. And here. So you notice where this petal touches this other petal. I'm adding extra color. This is kind of the rhyme and reason. And this one's, the petal sits completely behind. So I'm going to just add it there behind and soften the edges. And this is what we keep doing. Okay, this is the behind petal, this is again behind petal, and should be fine. Oh, what I noticed at Schiphol Airport, because that's where I picked up my mom this Saturday, it was quite full, but still a lot of the shops there went bankrupt because they were closed, so they weren't really fully open. So you know, the only ones standing were kind of the supermarket, and like the big shops survived, but the tiny shops that were usually there, I always had fun going to the tiny shops in Schiphol. Nope, not there. And of course all of the cafes and stuff were closed because, well, you know, there are rules and rules. So yeah. By the way, my mom was pretty scared because they asked if she wants assistance, and my mom refused. Okay, she cannot walk very well on her own, but she thought that assistance meant that they will call the ambulance for her, which is definitely not the case. because assistant just means they come with a kind of wheelchair and they take you to the luggage. Nothing more, nothing less. So, you know, for people out there who are thinking, like, don't get scared if somebody offers you assistance because it's okay. It's okay to benefit from that, because the airport is quite huge, so don't underestimate it. I don't know if any of you came ever to the Schiphol airport in Amsterdam. It's humongous. Sometimes it takes you, like, especially depending on the gate, it can take you up to half an hour to just reach the luggage belt, because it's so big. So yeah, you need to think for yourself. So if you maybe are still able to walk, but maybe you're not working very well and so on, and if you're thinking, oh, I need to probably work half an hour, and is that okay for me, then don't be ashamed to ask for assistance. They're there to literally do that, to assist you, so they will be okay. Okay. What else did we do? Oh yeah, today was market day. Don't know if you guys have market days in your towns, but in our town we have market day Wednesdays and Saturdays. And whenever we have market day, it's really nice because my husband goes and gets like fresh vegetables that are, let's face it, much better quality than the supermarket ones, because it's from the market, directly from the people producing it. But the fish guys come. The fish guys, can I say the fish guys? The guys that are selling fish, and especially fried fish. And we had kibbeling today. Kibbeling is a Dutch kind of fish dish. It's like deep fried fish, but what they do is they use the cheeks from the fish, like from cod or halibut or any other one. So it's really soft. It has absolutely no bones, and it's kind of deep fried in a batter, and it tastes so good. So this is what we had today. And you can only buy it when the market is here, so only either Wednesday or Saturday. So I was happy that today the market was there, and we bought it. So technically we had some fun fish today, fun fish day. So yeah. Okay. But today was a really hard day at work because I worked the whole day. I barely went off my chair. I ate in front of my computer. Yeah, this is what happens on a new job. You try to get to know everything, and yeah, I'm in front of the computer all the time and trying to get all this information, and sometimes it's very hard because information is too much sometimes, but you know, we'll see. I'm wondering, like, after I do this one and then we're gonna do the centers, I'm wondering if I need to add a third color in there, just like for some contrast. So we'll see. For now they're very pale. Okay, you have to admit they're very pale. We'll see if we add a slightly different color just to contrast everything. Okay, but let me just do it. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. So lots of new learnings at work, talking to a lot of people. Everybody's so nice, to be honest. And it starts to get pretty exciting. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. My next holiday is probably gonna be on Christmas time. So yeah, that's kind of it. Christmas time. And then it's so funny because it's such an international company that you realize that the vacation times are quite different. Like in Holland, a lot of people take holidays in the summer because first of all it's the kids' holiday, so they want to go with the kids, and secondly everybody wants to get away from the bad weather that is the Netherlands and go somewhere sunny, right? So they would always pick the summer, and you would go like to Spain or Portugal or like one of these countries. But this is pretty international. And then, to be honest, I think it's more onto the latter days of the year that people are taking holidays, because there's all sorts of festivals and so on, and all sorts of interesting holidays in the countries where they originate, right? From Poland and India and Australia and all over the world. And it's funny to see that not everybody takes their holiday in the summer, or not everybody goes in the same time. So yeah, that's always something fun to observe. Okay. I haven't thought yet what I can do when I'm actually on holiday or maybe away from work. I might not be able to actually live stream, which might be interesting. Or maybe I should live stream from the country where I'm in. That would be nice. For now, no traveling, but you never know next year where things take us. That would be quite fun. Okay, so I think I want to add another layer here, and then I really want to try the centers. You can see that watercolor is a game that is best played when you have like patience, and I don't always have patience, but tonight I really want to see what happens when I add more layers and more layers and more layers. Yeah, I still left a lot of white, like you have to give it to me. I haven't gone all the way, although it's very hard to leave the white. It's very hard to not go there. I so much envy those people that can actually work with the white in watercolor. It's like I don't feel like it's finished for me if I have to do that. Okay. Nice. Okay. And now we're gonna try. Okay, this one is still a bit... No, they're still a bit wet, so I want to wait a little bit. And then we're gonna try some colors. I'm thinking we're gonna do new gamboge with some transparent orange, and then maybe some red in it, some perlin maroon kind of style, and then even maybe some burnt sienna. Yeah, or burnt umber. We'll see. Okay. I'm wondering if I should get my zapper tool. I think maybe I should get my zapper tool. What do you guys think? I think. Yeah. Oh yeah. Now that I had my IKEA closet, I could actually make room in all my other closets to put my stuff, and I actually now have more room for my watercolors right now because of the new closet, which is really nice. Okay, now you're gonna hear the zapper go. Do not get scared, okay? It's just a noise. And now you see, ladies and gentlemen, what the problem is if you have washi tape. Washi tape is not strong enough to hold this one when I'm applying heat. It's not strong enough to hold it onto the board. So this is why I normally don't use washi tape, because the paper will curl and it's not going to be able to hold it. But okay, now that we started with it, we're going to go with it. But yeah, if you don't use heat and if you just let it dry naturally, then washi tape is perfectly fine. You know, if you have the patience to wait, it's perfectly fine. We can tape a live stream. Okay, now I'm putting my arms. It's okay. But yeah, that's why I don't usually. I have lots of washi tapes. Like, you cannot believe me. I have a full washi tape bag, kind of like entire box, and I barely use them because for watercolor they're pretty much useless. I know what I'm going to do later on with the flowers, but let's first try to do the centers. So, like we said, we start with Nuga Bauge. And then we're gonna add darker colors to it, which is gonna be transparent orange, which is more of a red orange kind of thing. Okay. And then gonna let that one really dry out. And then maybe on the other side we're gonna go, let me see, burnt umber or burnt sienna. Let's try burnt umber because that's a much angrier color here. Burnt umber. Okay. That color doesn't play very well with the blue. Like, I think I need to blot it. So I had this orange yellow and then it touched the blue and it didn't really go well that well. Okay, so you have to be very careful. And see how it goes. Okay, we're gonna deepen it a little bit more, but I can already see that it looks nice because it really pops out. And then we're gonna deepen the flowers afterwards. After we do this, we're gonna deepen with the tertiary color that is gonna make them pop, like 3D pop. Right now they're like single color. So let's continue. This one first, the yellow, New Gambauge, awesome, yellow here, then transparent orange, one of my favorite oranges, and here, and then once these colors are mixed together, we can decide whether to bring the darker brown, like burnt umber. It's really nice now, it's dark brown. But after everything dries, I'm going to bring some more of the dark brown with some dots. Okay, but for now it's just like this. Oh, am I happy? Dit is running around. You could hear her run around. I think she has what we call the zoomies right now. And she's just running around. When the cats have the zoomies, you can't really stop them to do anything. It's just they start running around and, you know, do whatever they want. Right? Okay. Now we're just gonna have to let that dry, and maybe I'll work on the leaves while everything dries there, And then we're gonna deepen the centers, and we're gonna add really surprising colors. Like I want a alizarin crimson on this one. I want, let me think, which color do I want? I want maybe neutral tint on this one, and on this one I want perlin maroon on the flowers, right? Did bring it to me the ball and had to throw it. Ah, okay. Okay, so look what my cat is doing. She's like a doggy. And she has this ball she really likes. And sometimes when she has the zoomies, or even now, she brings the ball to my husband or to me, and she starts looking at you expectantly so you can throw the ball. And then you're gonna throw the ball, and then she's gonna run after it. It's quite funny, but she acts like a doggy, which I'm not sure if people are aware. Okay, we're gonna try the first leaf here. We're gonna do, this is May Green. May Green is from StreamCam, and it's a really nice green, and I'm going to pair it with permanent green, also from StreamCam. There are two colors that go very well together. They're really cool colors. Like this green is more even neon-y, if you think about it. And that it's a neon yellowish green. Okay, so it has a really nice contrast. And the leaves underneath we're gonna do much darker, okay, because those are leaves that are, you tuck them underneath, but the leaves on top, they're gonna be really nice. So I'm going to mix and match this one, and this is permanent green. It's a much cooler green, but also much darker, and I'm just gonna spread it around. Okay, and it's okay because it's gonna give this nice pizzazz. So I'm going to do this leaf and this leaf the same, so you know, keeping it more consistent. Now you can see that although the number 4 brush, you have a lot of control because it has a really pointed tip and it's not that big. However, it also means it doesn't keep a lot of water. So what happens is a lot of times the brush, you get a dry brush technique with this one because it doesn't hold that much water, which is not something that you always want to have, right? So, dum dum dum. And my mom really wanted to see the live stream. She's gonna see it. She's actually probably even hearing me from downstairs. She's hearing me, but she's enjoying being here in the Netherlands. The weather, because where she's coming from, it's usually 40 degrees, super warm in the summer. So she come here to half that temperature, and yeah, the air is much cleaner. I think it's much nicer, you know. So yeah, she's been doing fine. Tum 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 tum. Okay, those are good. Which other leaves we're gonna do? We're gonna do this leaf. I'm gonna do this. In the meantime, the flowers do get dry, right? So that's always good. The centers will get dry. Then we can add even more color and deepen everything up. And oh yeah, I was actually watching, there was the 30 days of coloring challenge that Katie Rakusin does like almost every 3 months, and I so wanted to participate, but to be honest, I'm kind of too late to party. because it's already half the month. But the next one, the next challenge is hosting. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to just do 30 days of coloring, and I'm just gonna create 30 small pieces that I can color, like within every day, within half an hour I can color. And we'll see how that goes. It will be 30 days of watercolor. Wouldn't it be fun? I like challenges, especially if I commit to them. Like sometimes I'm like, I'm gonna try this, and then I try one or two, but then I haven't fully committed, and then I start slacking. But the ones that I'm really fully committing, those are the fun ones, because those are like, no, I'm committed. I'm not going to skip, even though sometimes it's very hard to skip a day or two. So yeah, that's the cool part that I wanted to share with all of you. Marlena is giving me tulips and stuff. Oh yeah, my mom is really she went to the garden, so my garden was a mess. I did not get out in the garden for a couple of months now. Okay, first of all, I'm scared of spiders. Okay, my garden has lots of spiders, so I don't usually go into the garden, but it had so many weeds and so many weird stuff growing in there. So my mom, her first thing that she did when she came, she cleaned the garden and she took away all the stuff. And then we even noticed after she cleaned the garden, which is very funny, that I have a rose that is about to bloom. I did not even know I had a rose in my garden. It's a tiny one. It's a rose bush. I didn't know I had rose bushes in my garden. It's a surprise. But yeah, if my mom hadn't cleaned and hadn't, thrown away all the weird weeds and stuff, I would never have found out. Because I literally do not go out there. This is dangerous territory for me. The garden. What we plan is to take the big hedge out of the garden and just to put a fence, because the big hedge is the one that is attracting a lot of the critters, a lot of the spiders and others. Although now it's pretty nice because it attracts lots of butterflies as well, because they are hiding inside. But yeah, I want that hedge gone so that I can actually have some fun. So I can actually go out in the garden, because yeah, if there are lesser spiders, then I'll be fine. I'm going to do this one also. Okay, this is the last one we do with this color. Okay. Nice. And some more of this permanent green. I really like this set, the Daniel Smith and the Schminke. It's one of my favorite sets that I have. Don't know why I use them. I use them very often. I think the colors are just super beautiful, Okay, and let's try to do the other leaves, and by that time I'm suspecting, okay, the centers are not yet fully dry. I put my finger in it. Don't put your finger in it. But I will do the other leaves with a much darker color, right? What should we do? Should we do olive green with perylene green? Yeah, that sounds okay. So I have olive green. Olive green is Schminke. And need to put a bit more water. And perylene green is also Schminke that I have. It's a really dark green, so and it's a little bit more warmer. I tend to have a lot of cool colors in this composition, except for the middle, which is more warmer because the middle of the flowers are the nice yellow. So it's nice to pair that with a nice warm green kind of situation. And then we're gonna just use the perylene green to deepen the colors. dun, dun. Yeah, that's gonna be so nice. No, there was lots of water on my brush for some reason. Okay. Dum dum dum. Okay, this is better, right? This kind of color is better. So let's do this again. Olive and perlin. It seems to be a trend. I need to get into it. Not a trend, but more of a, like, every color that is called perlin something seems to be pretty dark, pretty deep, right? Like, seems to be the toughest shade of it all. So that's true for the perlin green. So I have perlin maroon, which is like a really dark red, brownish red, and perlin magenta, no, perlin violet, perlin red we have, which is more brighter red. So it seems to be a kind of a running theme that all of these that are called perlin are the toughest colors, the darkest colors that they have of a certain color combo, which is fine. You can find these ones everywhere. As in, when I say everywhere, I mean Schminke has them. Daniel Smith has them. Very similar colors. Winsor and Newton has them. So I think it's okay because you can find these colors everywhere. So even if you don't have my exact brand, right, I'm pretty sure that the brands, all the other brands have these perlin colors and they're all very similar. Okay, now let's do perlin green. Okay, I'm adding it here, and then I'm gonna go and spread it around. Okay, the point is I did the 4 leaves and they are already almost dry, so I'm adding the color, and then I'm just gonna go with some water and I'm gonna pull it. Oh, hello Guadalupe, how are you tonight? How's it going? We are trying to do what I think are some daisies, but now they're my version of daisies, which is not exactly the version that everybody has, but it's okay. What you notice is the Schminke olive green, it's a combination color and it's quite opaque. And what happens with the opaque colors versus the colors that are more transparent, they get pretty easily reactivated with water. So then I actually am pulling also the olive with me, not just the other color, which is interesting. So I have to let's do also this one with the same color, and then the other ones I'm going to do. I'm going to think about what the other ones I'm going to do. But for now, these are the ones. This is the one. So olive green. Oh, maybe I need my Mijello Mission Gold set again. I haven't touched that one in a while. I kind of miss that. Mijello Mission Gold had some really awesome purples and really awesome. Okay, good. They look great. I like the bright color you're using this time. Oh, thank you. Trying to brighten things up, you know. Initially, I tried to do them like really light, and I was thinking I'm gonna use grays and blues, and then I don't know how I ended up with pinks, but okay, never mind. My mind just goes to mysterious places all the time. Dun dun dun. Okay. Just the leaves are gonna be like super, like they're gonna go like whoa, and then the flowers are gonna be nice and delicate. Although like I said, I'm going to just a little bit darken them. This is gonna be so complicated. Okay, I'm going to reuse the olive for this one. So this is going to be also the stem a little bit. Okay, that's it. And I'm going to do this. Dun dun dun. And then I'm going to bring the perlin green. So perlin green. Dun, dun, dun. Thank you so much for joining tonight. Haven't seen each other in a long time, but I think we're all good now. After this live stream, I'm going to go with the bike, and I'm going to bike because I haven't biked yesterday. And even if it's gonna rain, I don't care. I just need to go out and bike because otherwise it's gonna be boring. Let me try. I'm going to try a lighter version here, and maybe then some jade. This is kind of a lighter olive. This is much more, this is green gold kind of thing. It's much lighter version than the olive. So I like it a lot. I'm not sure if all of this matches here. I think these tiny leaves, I didn't really make them matching, but it doesn't matter. We'll work with it. I just wanted to see the contrast from these colors with like really dark leaves and really like out there in your face kind of leaves. So yeah, let's see. I'm using jade. Jade is from Daniel Smith. You know, haven't used it in a while, but it's so funny because it looks like a permanent green more, but it's very dark, and I'm trying to see if it actually mixes well. It's a different type of green. It's more bluish green, isn't it? If I look at it, right? Still nice, still a nice color. Dum dum dum. Okay. What else am I going to do tonight? That's probably it. I've been obsessed lately. I've been reading. There's these apps, and they've been haunting me. And I mean, I made the mistake once of reading one of those stories. You know, there's these apps where you go and you pay per chapter and you read some books, some romance books or something. And I've become a little bit addicted to them. I've downloaded this app. I've been reading at least all the ones that have free chapters or anything. And now, every time I scroll through Instagram to anything, I get hounded by commercials from them. It's so annoying. It's like, why are you hounding me? Why are you hounding me? What other colors should we do those leaves? Maybe a darker color, right? Maybe we'll go with undersea green. Let's see. Undersea green. Undersea green it's really nice when you wanna do like the I'm not gonna say the algae, but you know, the green inside the pool or something. The green in the lake or under the lake or something like that. It's a pretty nice dark color, and I like it. I think if you add enough water, it's also a little bit of granulating, so that's cool. And I'm going to do this one the same. And I really like this number 4 brush with a really pointed tip, because I can do really interesting ones. You notice that this is a granulating color, right? Okay. Now, what we have to do to finalize this is deepen a little bit the shadows. And if we deepen the shadows, then everything is going to be fine. And first I'm going to do again the middle, because I really want a little bit more. So what did we do here? We were actually always combining two colors, which is transparent orange from StreamCam with Nougat Blush. I'm going to deepen the colors, and then at the end, once it's dry again, I'm going to come with the brown, because I'm not making the mistake as I did the first time. I added the brown when nothing was yet dry, and then that didn't really go very well. So I think the brown we have to add at the end, right? I'm just going to dip in the colors. So that's what I want. I want a contrast between the petals and the center. The center is the star of the show, basically, right? And this is what we're trying to do. So again, new gamboge. The reason I didn't open my other one, so I have another color. There's two colors. One is new gamboge, or three colors. Let's talk about yellows, okay? Yellows come in multiple colors. There's like bright yellows, and there's more orange yellows. And don't know if you ever noticed, but new gamboge, there's three different colors: new gamboge, Indian yellow, and nickel azo yellow. And if you put them on paper, from terms of color, nickel azo yellow is almost the same as the new gamboge, like almost the same. The only difference is as in type of color. New gamboge is opaque, nickel azo yellow is not, as in is transparent. So that is the difference that I found. And you can do a lot more with nickel azo yellow. I just forgot to bring that one out, okay? And now, like I said, I wanted to actually deepen the colors a little bit on the shadows, and a little bit here underneath, kind of like that. And I said I'm going to use alizarin crimson. So let's see, why am I using alizarin crimson on the opera? Alizarin crimson is a nice dark red, but it's towards purplish, okay? So it's going to work. Let's see if we can make this work, right? We try one petal. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna leave it as it is. But otherwise, no, we're gonna try it. Okay. Now I'm realizing I didn't draw these petals in the right direction, but it's okay. Right? It's okay. Gonna add more color to that one, and we're gonna add some color to this side, to the underside of this one. Okay, so this looks like this. Okay, what was I saying? I became obsessed with reading these books. And I think I've read quite a lot of books in the last few parts. What I notice is this. There are a few good books in there. There are a few really good books. Majority of them. Oh, hi. GA. Hi, Karen. How are you? How is it going? And by the way, what time is it now? GA. By us is almost 8 o'clock in the evening. So is it earlier in the day by you, Karen, or is it later in the day? That's the question. Because we're doing stuff. Okay. I'm adding really tiny amounts because I don't wanna mess things up. So I'm adding tiny amounts of alizarin crimson just to deepen the shadows, and then I'm pulling it out, you know. So I'm going to add also to this petal underneath here. Oh, there's people walking outside at this hour. I wonder why. Okay. Karen, I'm bidding you hello from the Netherlands right now. And we are just playing around. I am trying a new color scheme. I don't usually do these bright colors at all. As in, not the pinks. It's not my colors, but we're trying. We're learning. We're learning. Like we need to learn, and we need to experiment sometime, you know. And it's going to be fine. I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen? It's not gonna look nice, and we have to redo it. That's the only thing that is the worst thing that can happen. Because actually, theoretically, you always learn. Whatever you do, you always learn. I put way too much color there. I need to come and blot it out. So always have your blotter tool at the ready, because that was way too much color, and that was way too much water as well. Sometimes I'm not very precise. That's why blotting the color really helps. And again, what I wish is that I would learn once and for all how to do all of this light coming. Okay, GA is in USA. It's 2 p.m. here. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's quite a time difference. Well, thank you for joining. And so on. In the Netherlands, it's 8 p.m. right now. Almost night. Everybody will go and sleep soon. Although I am still going to go biking, even though it's 8 p.m. I usually bike around 20 kilometers around the lake. And I'm going to deepen this one as well. And I'm going to go and have some fun. Otherwise, I've been cooked out all day for work in the house and at the chair, and I'm doing a live stream on the chair again. So yeah, that's not I guess not very healthy. I kind of gained like 12 kilos in the last year because I haven't done anything. So now I'm really taking care. But what I noticed the most is if I don't do this kind of biking or at least walking, if I don't do at least walking, then I guess because of the chair, because I'm sitting so long in the chair, my back tends to hurt a lot. Probably I need to change the chairs and I need to get better chairs, but to be honest, I have no idea. I mean, usually you would go into a shop and you would try a chair, but in here almost everything is closed. It's very hard for me to get into a shop to try a chair. So I just have to manage it by going outside and walking and doing stuff. Yeah. And no, the IKEA chairs, I've tried them. They're not very good, to be honest. They make it even worse than anything. So the only option is to actually do sort of little bit of movement every day, either walking or biking or whatever. Biking is easier than walking. Actually, walking is much more taxing on the legs. Biking is okay. Okay. And then I can just go around the lake and have some fun. Okay. That's deepened, and then we're gonna deepen this one with some perlin maroon, and then this one with some neutral tint. Okay, so perlin maroon, where did I put it? Here. Perlin maroon, it's a really nice one. Again, it's from Daniel Smith. It's a really nice brown red, just adding a little bit everywhere just to deepen the colors and the shadows. Okay, let's see if this works. 2 p.m. Dun, dun, dun. And have you ever tried, Karen, watercolor? Do you like watercolor, or do you do other things like gouache and like acrylic? Because I'm actually looking for some advice on gouache, because I actually bought gouache, but I haven't used it yet. So I am a little bit scared, because watercolor, at least I know kind of how it works, but gouache, not so much. And I think I need to get much more comfortable in doing colors and mixing colors than I am here. Here I have a lot of colors that are convenience colors. I hope you have someone with you when biking at night. Sometimes I can take my husband with me, but a lot of times I just go alone. But depends. If I go alone, then I will bike much faster. I'll go maybe 25 to 30 kilometers an hour. Then I know that, I don't have to worry, because nobody's gonna stop me at that speed, basically. I love watercolor and most other mediums. Oh, okay, cool. If you tried before gouache and watercolor, which one is the hardest? This is what I want to know. I'm trying to hype myself up to try gouache, but I'm so scared of it. So I'm like, I don't know. I'll try. I don't know why I'm scared of it. I guess because I want it to be as expressive as what I do here, and then I don't know if I'm gonna do it, and then I'm just going to hype myself up and say, oh, maybe I don't like it. But yeah. Okay. And what are going to be the finishing touches? I'm going to add some dots all over the leaves and all over the place, and then I'm going to add some brown dots, and maybe brown dots or dots with a pencil. I'll decide in shortly. Okay. Now the brush decides to hold way too much water. Like, sometimes I don't know where I'm going wrong. Sometimes it's too much water, sometimes it's too less water. Like, decide, Claudia, decide. Okay. I think I'll give it a try with the gouache. What I did buy, so of course I have the Himi gouache. I don't know if you can see somewhere up there. There's a box with a Himi gouache. Okay, so, and I didn't really like it. It wasn't, so I was trying to blend things out. I have no idea how people using the Himi gouache are able to do those blends, because to be honest, I was just picking up the other color underneath when I was doing that. So what I did is I bought 6 colors from the Winsor & Newton set. Just 6 colors. 6 colors is gonna teach me how to blend almost every other color, but it's also going to limit me a little bit. I also have the Arteza set somewhere also up there. I bought the 58 colors or the 56 colors set. What was I thinking? Why would I buy the 56 color set of gouache from Arteza when A, I don't know how to utilize gouache, B, I don't even have where to put all of these colors. Watercolor isn't as forgiving as other mediums. Okay, so you think that, okay, that could be, because indeed, if I think of acrylic, from what I've noticed in other people's videos, is acrylic is, as in, if you make a mistake, you just add more color on top, or oil or something like that, right? So you can just build it up. But yeah, indeed, if you make a mistake with watercolor, then, well, that's it. And you can't go back. So I'm trying to add neutral tint, but in very limited quantities. And then I'm going to come with the brush, with a wet brush, and then I'm gonna do it. Dum 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 dum. You see, this is where I make the mistakes. This is where I added way too much color. Way too much color. It's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna fix it somehow later on. I'm gonna fix it by dabbing some of the color off. I didn't remember neutral tint was so strong, but now I'm realizing that indeed it was very strong neutral tint. Neutral tint is one of the strongest colors, and even the smallest amount can make a very big difference. So I should not have added so much color on those areas, but you know, what is done is done. Like we're saying, watercolor is not as forgiving as other mediums. Basically, what's done is done. I'm not gonna go back, but I can still fix it by, you know, making sure that we have the lines properly formed, because it's also a little bit opaque, and that I add the proper dots where it needs to. Okay, let's make sure that we have that one. And it's okay to have the yellow bleed a little bit on this, because, you know, life will bounce back and will look a little bit like that. Okay. I'm not going to do anything anymore here. I'm not going to add the brown, but what I'm going to add is I'm going to add some black dots onto this one. So, oh, Marlena, thank you, Marlena. Let me see if I have a black pen. Yeah, I have one. And we're gonna add yep. Because these are daisies, so this is what you always have, these tiny black dots right everywhere. That's what I like. I might be wrong though, but no, I think the black dots will look really nice. Okay, this is how we learn. First of all, this is how we learn what not to do next time. Like this color, I'm not going to try next time. I am rubbish at trying grays and stuff. Better stay away. I really liked the pink, and this other pink, this kind of potter's pink with the purlin. I really like that one. But this one is also, it's standing across, right? I wanted to add some dots, some colored dots on the leaves, just to make them a little bit pop. So we're gonna try some darker color, like a purlin green, and we're just gonna add some random dots here and there. Okay, I'm gonna add here one, 2, slightly bigger. Here one, here one. And if you're wondering if leaves have these dots, yes, they have. There are some leaves that actually have white dots, because that's how the leaves, they're called angel leaves, which is really nice. And there are a lot of leaves that have these dots because they're sunspots, right? So that's why I'm actually adding it, right? Because these leaves are really nice and they're kind of sitting in the sun. So I'm thinking, why not? Okay. They would look nice too. And what else? Just tiny dots, really tiny dots here and there. And I think I'm gonna call it a day, right? What I usually do also is the next day I kind of look with new eyes. So this is also one of the last thing that I'm doing. Like, you look with new eyes in the next day and you think, okay, I can deepen up some colors or I can fix some stuff, right? Because right now, oh, I'm sorry that I kicked the microphone. Right now it might be a little bit hard to see how we can fix certain mistakes that we did, but tomorrow with fresh eyes I'm pretty sure that it's going to be evident. Anyway, 1.5 hours almost later on since we started the stream, I thank you so much for joining me and for chatting with me. Thank you, Guadalupe. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Marlena and Johan, for being with me, and everybody else that was live with me. I'll see you guys next time, probably next Sunday, and then we're gonna do some more flowers and some more different things. I maybe wanna try some flowers that I wanna do in autumn colors. And not necessarily only flowers, but more like leaf. Because we're approaching autumn, to be honest, in the Netherlands is almost autumn because it's so cold, and it feels like the summer has gone already. Okay. I hope you enjoyed today, and thank you. Thank you so much. See you all. Okay. See you next time.